In this video, we will discuss about solution to the third basic algorithm challenge from freecodecurrent.org. The challenge is to create a function that returns factorial of any given number. Factorial is multiplication of all positive numbers less or equal to the number given. For example, factorial of 5 would be multiplication of numbers 5, 4, 3, 2 and 1. We can solve this using a loop very easily, but I'm going to explain to you two other ways of solving this issue. One, recursion, and second, reduce function with ternary operator. So let's start it. First of all, I'm going to console log this function call so that we can see everything happening in our code, in our function. So console.log this one. So it's just returning the number right now, but we have to return a factorial. So let's define factorial, and since we are going to deal with the multiplication here, let me define 1, because defining 0 would give 0 anyway, and defining more than that will multiply from that one. So let's create our loop for let I equals, let's start from the number itself, because we're going to use the number and decrease it until it's 1. So our I is going to be greater than 0 and we are going to decrement it. And let me return this factorial already, because it's only giving us undefined and we cannot see what's happening right here. Now here what I'm going to do is I'm going to take all the iterations. The loop is going to run until it's 1, means first time it's going to run for 5, second time it's going to run for 4, third time 3, 2 and 1. So I'm going to multiply factorial with the iteration and output the result in the factorial. So this gives our result. The second one is using recursion. Recursion is the function that calls itself with a condition and it moves out of the loop when certain criteria meets. So let's define the criteria. If number is 0, return 1, because return 1 because we are going to start it multiplying from the 1. We will see what happens if we define it 0 or 2 later. Now for the other rule, now let's return our factorial. That's going to be, we take the number and multiply it with the factorialize number, but this time we're going to decrease it. I made a mistake here, and this is going to give us the result. And our another solution is by using ternary operator, but let's see some other things what we can do. If I say here to return array 5, it's going to give me an array that has 5 elements, but since I'm not filling it with anything, it's going to give us empty array. But we need something here, so I can do this, and everything is undefined. Even if it's undefined, it's okay for us, because what we are going to do is, let me comment this one. We have a condition that when number is 0, if this condition satisfies, then we will return this result. Let me put it in second line. And if it doesn't satisfy, then we will have something else as a result. So I'm going to make an array that is going to create n number of elements here, even though if it's empty. If I put 6, it's going to create 6 elements, 6 empty elements. If I put 7, it's going to create 7 empty elements, and so on. And I need to fill it with undefined, but I can do this also. I don't need to put undefined inside. And then we are going to use reduce function, and reduce function here is going to take a callback function with 3 parameters. The first parameter is previous value, which the reduce function is going to accumulate after calculating. The second parameter is current value, which value the current iteration is dealing with, and the index number of the current value, that is current index. But we need to know about this. While taking the current index, JavaScript is going to count from 0, but our number, it's going to start from 1 and go all the way up to the number that is provided in the function call. So while multiplying, we need to multiply previous number, previous value, and current index plus 1. But we need to make it number, and then we're going to start it from 1. That's why 1 here, and voila, this is our result. Thank you for watching.